The clock strikes 3 a.m., the witching hour. You are wide awake, staring into the darkness, and you do not know why. It happens every single night with the precision of a curse. You feel a tightness on your right side. It is not a sharp pain. It is a dull, suffocating pressure. It feels as if a phantom hand is gripping your ribcage from the inside, squeezing slowly. You try to roll over. You try to drift back into the void of sleep, but something feels wrong. Your belly is no longer soft. It is hard. It is dense. It feels like a solid medicine ball has been strapped to your midsection, weighing you down, anchoring you to the mattress. And then there is the rage. Lately, you are angry, not at the world, not at anything specific, just a low-level, simmering fury that lives beneath your skin. You have a short fuse, zero patience. You feel like a stranger in your own body. Most men over the age of 50 ignore these signals. They look in the mirror and tell themselves they are just tired. They tell themselves this is the price of aging. They are wrong. You do not look sick. But underneath the surface, a catastrophe is unfolding. Here is the dark reality of what is actually happening inside you. Your liver, the biological battery that powers your entire metabolic existence, is leaking. And when a battery leaks, acid spreads. Everything downstream begins to corrode. This is not about disease. This is about stagnation. Your internal engine is seizing up. Today, we are going to tear down the engine and show you how to unblock it. We must begin by destroying the myths you have been told about what your liver actually does. Most men believe it is simply a filter for alcohol, a janitor that cleans up after a night of drinking. That is a lie. Your liver is the metabolic switch for your entire biology. It is the general of your internal army. Every single drop of blood in your system passes through its gates. 3 pints every minute. It filters poisons. It regulates the hormones that make you a man. It stores the raw energy of life. When it works, you are invisible to yourself. You feel weightless. But when it fails, the system collapses. Here is the mechanical nightmare of the modern world. Your life is designed to destroy this organ. Processed seed oils that sludge through your veins. Chronic stress that spikes your cortisol. Sitting in a chair for 12 hours a day like a prisoner. Eating late into the night. All of these forces conspire to force your liver into overtime. It works 24 hours a day without a single second of rest. Imagine a car engine running at red line, fueled by dirty oil, never allowed to cool down. Eventually, the oil turns to black sludge. The filter clogs, the pistons knock, and the first place you feel this mechanical failure is not in your blood work. It is in your physical frame. Stiff joints that refuse to loosen, tight hamstrings that feel like steel cables, a knot in your right shoulder that feels like a rusted nail has been driven into the muscle. This is not age. This is liver stagnation. The biology is brutal and simple. When your liver becomes sluggish, it loses the ability to clear excess estrogen from your blood. Your testosterone plummets. Inflammation rises like a flood tide, and your fascia, the connective tissue that wraps every muscle in your body like a suit of armor, begins to tighten. It shrinks. It constricts. You do not have a flexibility problem. You have a filtration problem. The ancient physicians understood this better than modern science. They called the liver the general, not because it is the largest organ, but because it commands the entire system. In the ancient texts of traditional Chinese medicine, the liver governs the sinews, the tendons, the fascia, the very structural integrity of your human form. When the general is strong, the troops move freely. When the general is compromised, the army is paralyzed. Everything locks up. This is not mysticism. This is mechanical cause and effect. A congested liver cannot produce enough bile. Bile is the detergent of the body. It breaks down fat. It clears old hormones. It signals your gut to move. Without bile, the flow stops. Digestion slows to a crawl. Toxins that should be expelled begin to recirculate in your blood, poisoning you from the inside out. Your body, in a desperate attempt to protect you, starts storing fat in the one place it shouldn't. It packs visceral fat inside the liver itself. That is when the belly turns hard. That is when the armor tightens. That is when the 3 a.m. wake-ups begin. Between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., your liver is supposed to be in a state of deep, restorative repair. But if it is overloaded with sludge, it cannot rest. It panics. It wakes you up, not with pain, but with pressure, with heat, with a restlessness that screams into the void. Your liver is drowning, and it is begging you for air. Most men ignore the signal until the check engine light turns into full system failure, but you do not have to go down that road. There is a way to break the seal. True liver repair requires a fundamental shift in your understanding of biology. You cannot purify a stagnant pond by pouring in clean water. You must dredge the canal. You must open the dam. Your liver does not need a gentle herbal cleanse found on a pharmacy shelf. It needs space. It needs circulation. It needs the harsh, mechanical conditions required to do the job it was evolved to execute. There are 3 specific, non-negotiable interventions that restore the power of the general faster than any pharmaceutical. This is the protocol of flow. Step 1 is the bitter switch. Your liver is an ancient organ, and it responds to one primal signal faster than any other: bitterness. We live in a world of sugar, salt, and fat. We have sanitized our palates, but the liver demands the sharp shock of bitter compounds. When you taste bitterness, whether from the dark void of black coffee, the sharp bite of dandelion greens, arugula, or the richness of pure dark chocolate, you are not just eating. You are pulling a trigger. You are signaling the gallbladder to contract. You are forcing the production of bile. Bile is the golden river that flushes the liver. It is the solvent. If there is no bile flow, there is no detoxification. It is that simple. The toxins stay trapped in the tissue, festering. This is why every ancient culture, from the mountains of the east to the deserts of the west, used bitters after a meal. They were not seeking flavor. They were engineering function. 1 cup of black coffee in the morning creates the spark. A handful of arugula with your lunch fuels the fire. A dandelion tea before the darkness of sleep clears the ash. These are not supplements. They are biological commands. You are telling your liver that the stagnation is over. You are telling it to move. Most men try to heal by avoidance. They stop drinking alcohol. They cut sugar. They avoid fried foods. That is fine. But avoidance is passive. Avoidance does not create flow. Bitterness is active. It forces the valve open. And once that rusted valve turns, everything downstream begins to rush forward again. Step 2 is the rib cage release. This is the secret that modern medicine ignores. Your liver sits trapped beneath the cage of your right ribs. Consider your posture. You sit in a car. You sit at a desk. You hunch over a phone. Your intercostal muscles are tight. Your breathing is shallow. Your posture is collapsed forward. You have built a prison around your own organ. The liver has no room to expand. It is compressed, flattened, and restricted. A restricted filter cannot filter efficiently. It is physics. You must create space mechanically. You must physically pry the bars of the cage apart. You must stand up. Place your hand on the right side of your rib cage. Anchor it there. Now, twist your body slowly to the left. Feel the stretch tear through the tightness of your side. Hold it there. Breathe into the restriction. Do this for 60 seconds, twice a day. You are decompressing the fascia that has strangled your liver for decades. You are allowing the organ to breathe, to expand and contract with the rhythm of life. When you do this consistently, the shift is visceral. The knot in your shoulder dissolves. The digestion unlocks. The hard belly softens, not because you burned fat, but because you unblocked the general. Step 3 is the alignment of the night, the 3 a.m. rule. If you are waking up in the dead of night, your liver is in crisis. The fix is not a sleeping pill that knocks you unconscious while the damage continues. The fix is circadian law. Your liver repairs itself in the dark, but only if the factory floor is empty. You must stop eating 3 hours before you sleep. No exceptions. If you eat late, your liver is forced to process fuel instead of filtering poison. It cannot do both. The 3 a.m. wake-up is the sound of the liver failing to keep up. You must dim the lights when the sun goes down. Blue light tells your body it is noon. It suppresses the repair hormones. And finally, the mechanical trick that most men miss. Sleep on your right side. It seems too simple to be true, but it is gravity. This position allows the bile to drain down and out, assisted by the pull of the earth. It is subtle, but it is profound. This is detoxification done correctly. It is not done through expensive powders or marketing gimmicks. It is done through mechanical restoration. You are not trying to heal the liver. You are arrogantly assuming you know how to heal it. You do not. The body heals itself. Your job is simply to remove the obstacles. You are the mechanic clearing the debris so the engine can run. When you do this, the transformation is immediate and shocking. Within 48 hours, the bloating vanishes. The gas disappears. Within a week, the rock-hard belly begins to yield. That density around your midsection was not just fat, it was inflammation. It was defense. When the liver drains, the defense shields come down. By day 10, the witching hour stops. You sleep through the night. You wake up with clarity. And the anger, that low-grade, simmering rage that has poisoned your relationships, lifts like a heavy fog. You are not calmer because you tried to be. You are calmer because your hormones are balanced. You are calm because the general is back in command of the troops. Do not treat your symptoms as separate enemies. The stiffness, the belly, the insomnia, the rage, they are all smoke from the same fire. They are all downstream of a congested liver, a general under siege. You do not need to overhaul your entire life. You do not need to become a monk. You need to restore the one system that controls everything else. The filter is clogged. The oil is dirty. The engine is knocking. But the engine is not broken. It is waiting. Are you going to keep ignoring the warning lights? Or are you going to unblock the flow and take back control of your vessel? The choice is yours. Unlocking this knowledge is the first step. Join us on this path of discovery. There is more to learn, and the body has many more secrets to tell.